You're listening to Bluegrass Connection on WPRC, a station run for students by students on the campus of Morehead State University. Today we have several songs available, all of which have been recorded in the audio facilities in Breckenridge Hall. So sit back, get comfortable. It's the place where lyrics are life and life is bluegrass music. Bluegrass Connection.
Bluegrass Connection.
The first two songs you heard were two old-time tunes, played in the old-time style of clawhammer banjo, and are called Indian Ate the Woodchuck and June Apple. They featured myself on banjo, guitar, and mandolin, and Bo Lambert on bass. All of the songs you hear in the next half hour will feature Bo and myself as we play some of our favorite songs. Actually, most of these songs were ones that we learned in banjo and bass lessons at the Kentucky Center for Traditional Music, which is a program at Morehead State University that teaches bluegrass, old-time, country, Celtic, blues, and other styles of traditional music found in the Appalachian region of the United States. This next song features Bo on the banjo. It's called Home Sweet Home.
When John Henry was a little baby, sitting on his papa's knee, he picked up a hammer and a little piece of steel. Said, hammer's gonna be the death of me, Lord, Lord. Hammer's gonna be the death of me. The captain said to John Henry, I'm gonna bring that steel drill round. I'm gonna bring that steel drill out on the job. I'm gonna whop that steel on down, Lord, Lord. Gonna whop that steel on down. John Henry told his captain, Lord, a man ain't nothing but a man. But before I let your steel drill beat me down, I die with a hammer in my hand, Lord, Lord. Die with a hammer in my hand. John Henry said to a shaker, won't you sing me a song? Because I'm swinging that 30 pounds of steel from hips on down. Just listen to that cold steel ring, Lord, Lord. Just listen to that cold steel ring. Now John Henry had a little woman. Her name was Polly Ann. John Henry took sick and had to go to bed. Polly drove steel like a man, Lord, Lord. Polly drove steel like a man. So every Monday morning, when the bluebirds begin to sing, you can hear John Henry a mile or more. You can hear John Henry's hammering, Lord, Lord. Hear John Henry's hammering. You can hear John Henry's hammering, Lord, Lord. Hear John Henry's hammering.
Now for the latest news in bluegrass music. The Bluegrass Today online blog writes the International Bluegrass Music Association has announced a new award category that will debut during the 2012 World of Bluegrass. A Songwriter of the Year award has been added to the special awards typically distributed on the Thursday of IBMA week. This award is not for a specific song, but for outstanding contributions during the eligibility period April 1st, 2011 through March 30th, 2012 for this first year. Both nominees and a winner will be chosen by a special awards committee, and any IBMA member can submit a recommendation to the organization for consideration. To do so, you should send a letter to IBMA before July 15th listing the achievements of the recommended songwriter during the eligibility period. These can include songs released during that time, sales, chart or airplay success, television or film use, or educational efforts by the writer in question. CDs can be included but are not required. Letters of recommendation must, however, include contact information for the songwriter and should be directed to the IBMA Special Awards Committee. In other news, singer-songwriter James King has been released from the hospital after being hospitalized last week for treatment of acute deep vein thrombosis. While there, doctors also found he was suffering from gallstones and other liver issues were discovered as well. King is currently ordered to strict bed rest under the care of his wife, Julie. That's all the time we'll take for the news. We'll get back to the music right after this message.
Want to get more involved? Want to offer more to the community? MSU Center for Regional Engagement is the place to go. Center for Regional Engagement offers students an opportunity to become more active within the community outside of campus. It allows students a chance to become leaders by being involved in community service projects. There are many ways to contribute your time, talent, and treasures. Just contact the Center for Regional Engagement by calling 783-9327 or more information online at moreheadstate.edu/engagement.
The songs you heard before the break include Home Sweet Home with Bo Lambert on banjo. After that, a fun traditional tune I enjoy singing called John Henry, followed by Snowdrop, which in my opinion has a beautiful melody, and it's credited to the McGee brothers. Now, let's listen to an original arrangement of two well-known songs, Pretty Polly and Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I courted pretty Polly the livelong night. I courted pretty Polly the livelong night. Then left her next morning before it was light. Pretty Polly, come go away with me. Polly, pretty Polly, come go away with me. Before we get married, some pleasure to see. He led her over fields and the valley so wide. He led her over fields and valleys so wide, until pretty Polly, she fell by his side. Oh, Willie, Willie, I'm afraid of your ways. Willie, oh, Willie, I'm afraid of your ways. I'm afraid you will lead my poor body astray. Pretty Polly, your guess is about right. Polly, pretty Polly, your guess is about right. I dug on your grave the best part of last night. She threw her arms around him and trembled with fear. She threw her arms around him and trembled with fear. How can you kill the poor girl that loves you so dear? He stabbed her in the heart, and her heart's blood did flow. He stabbed her in the heart, and her heart's blood did flow. And into the grave pretty Polly did go. He threw some dirt around her and started for home. He threw some dirt around her and started for home, leaving no one around but the wild birds to mourn.
Thank you for listening to WPRC and Bluegrass Connection. If you have any questions or comments about anything mentioned on the show, contact us at facebook.com/WPRC. Also, feel free to Twitter us. I'll leave you with a song sung by Bo Lambert. It's a song about his love life called Ida Red. You've been listening to originally recorded music on WPRC, in a place where lyrics are life and life is bluegrass music. I'm Tyler Mullins. Thanks for tuning in to Bluegrass Connection.
I'd red, less town weighs 340 pounds. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'd red, long, tall, sleeps in the kitchen, the feet in the hall. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'd listen what I'd have said, I'd be sleeping out his bed. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'd red, mother green, ugliest two I've ever seen. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'd red, I'm plumb full, but I'd red. I'm plumb full about I'd red, I'm plumb full about I'd red.